Richard Healy has brought to the attention of most people living in Dunedin and Central Otago as well, safety issues around our power poles. Sounds like a bit of a strange conversation to be having, but there are a suggestion that many power poles within the region need to be replaced. They are at a point of being an unsafe environment for the public to be in. In fact, that's the accusation. The chief executive of Aurora Energy and Delta has said something not quite to those points. They're admitting no fault in the management of the system, saying the network was aging but safe. This is what he said specifically, quote, "Obviously, I guess we recognise that some of the information that has gone out in the media has the potential to threaten public confidence in the network. As a result, the board has approved an accelerated pole replacement program." So he's saying very clearly that that the public in the network is under threat, not the people walking past the potentially broken power poles.
That is extraordinary. So is there a problem with them or is there not?
Well, let's have a look what's happened. In an interview, David Cull said there was no problem with spending the extra $26 million, which is we're now talking about a $30 million spend, yeah, absolutely, to fix a public perception issue.
So he's saying it's perception, not reality.
This is what he said, quote, "Perception is reality."
Thank you, Dave, for answering that.
And if we can't assure the public and the workers that they are safe, then they don't feel safe.
Well, they're either safe or they're not safe.
Yeah.
If they're not safe, you replace them. If they're fine, just tell people they're fine.
I have to say, as a ratepayer, I'm not that happy with them spending $30 million on fixing a perception.
Yeah.
However, if it's a problem,
Then certainly spend the money. So what is it? Which one are they talking? I can't understand
It's
them.
like saying I have a perception that the country wants a new flag, so I'm going to spend $30 million
Well,
on that
wouldn't
to
that be
discover
crazy?
that they have not.
God,
Wouldn't that be crazy,
thank God we haven't done that.
I know, who'd do that?
well, the ODT's been all over this. We're going to jump to Q9 there, Tim, and to have a look at some of the story in the ODT, because we want to bring the truth to this perception around, is this a danger or is this just a perception of danger? So this is what was stated in the ODT. Quote, "Mr. Cameron said the objective was to replace all 1181 condition 0 poles by April next year and the 1729 condition 1 poles by December. What are those, you ask? Well, according to regulations, you listening to this? Condition 0 poles are identified as being not fit for actual load, which means they could fall down without any environmental influences.
Wow.
And condition
1,100
1
of those.
poles are not fit for design load, which means they could fall down if the wind blows.
Oh, well, it's like we don't live in Wellington, isn't it?
I know, and isn't it great that it's not a real danger but just a perception?
Yeah, that if the wind blows.
Mr. Cameron, Grady Cameron, who's the chief executive here, has said this, right?
Yeah.
We should take him at face value.
Yeah.
So then why is it just a perception? Is that not reality?
So
I
what-
can't understand this. This makes no sense. This is typical local body stuff, isn't it?
So is this
they
just them-
I don't think they know what they're doing.
Saying we've made a mistake, we should fix them now.
Well,
That's
they're not accepting they've made a mistake.
No.
They've
That's
said
what
that
I'm
this
saying.
is
This is
an
what they
aging
should be
system.
saying.
Yeah. Well, they should be saying, oh, crumbs, let's get on to it. Well, actually, can we just expand on that? I'll tell you what they should be saying.
Go on.
Well,
Tell us.
this is from their website, all right?
Okay.
So this is a quote off their website under the section safety.
So this is Dunedin City Council's
No,
website? Aurora's website?
AuroraEnergy.co.nz
Yep, okay.
/safety says this.
Okay.
Q10, quote, Aurora Energy puts your safety first. We want all our customers, employees, contractors and the wider community to be safe around electricity.
Yeah, wow.
So that's what their website says.
So therefore, spend the money,
On a perception.
upgrade them.
That is so crazy. So has there been any accidents? Has there been any?
Well, actually, in today, and we'll put a link in the description, in today's ODT online, there was a video of the whistleblower, Mr. Healy, actually showing some of the photos he had, because he worked for them and left because he couldn't work for them anymore. And so we haven't got the clip for you now because it's just going to print, but we'll put a link down the bottom. Go and have a look at the video of him talking about the issues, and he's got footage of it, and footage of them falling onto cars, parked cars. So everyone's been safe so far, as I understand it. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it appears that people have been safe so far. But there are.
So if he's got examples of this, that you could hardly classify that as a perception.
Yeah, there's like, oh my lord.
I want to double check that people have been safe so far, because I want to retract that quote in case I'm wrong, because I don't want to put out.
Well, hopefully you're
about
not wrong, because if people are injured because of this is not a perception.
I'll give you one other thing that I've been thinking about this. So they're spending $30 million on fixing these poles. Right? I grew up in Auckland. I apologise in advance.
Lucky you.
I apologise.
Lucky you.
In the 1980s, the street I lived on put all their power lines underground. Can we have a look at graphic Q11? This is the street I grew up on in Auckland. Have a look.
Well, no power poles.
No
Look
power
at
lines.
that.
They've got lights,
Yeah.
Right? It's just a normal road. It's not a main road. It's not a flash road. And yes, there are some streets in Dunedin, George Street, parts of Highgate, that have got no power lines up there. But other parts of the country have been doing this for over 30 years.
Right.
If we have a look at Q12, this is Kodai Valley Road, just as an example for people to know the two things. Down the left-hand side there, power lines. Now, the environment we live in here in Dunedin has snow. Last winter we had 6 snows. I live in one of the hill suburbs. This winter we've had a couple. It's the perfect place to put our power lines underground.
That really is. That's a very good point. I like
$30
that.
million. I'm sure it's much more expensive.
Yeah, I was about to say, how much does it cost?
Yeah, but it could be the starting point to
That's
putting
the
them
sort of thing
underground.
that City Council should be spending their money on. That's perfect.
Well, yes, and public transport.
Yeah, but I actually contacted Aurora yesterday,
Yeah.
and I asked them, has this been costed? And they haven't come back to me yet, so we are yet to find out. So it'll be good to hear if this conversation's happened, because I haven't heard anyone else say it. Let's put them all underground. So we're saying it here. Hey, let's put them all underground. Let's put that $30 million towards the start of putting them all underground. Aurora or Delta, can you at least give us the costings of that so we know?
Is the fact that they haven't done this and they're not saying we were wrong, is it just that they don't have the money? Do you think?
Don't know. Or it might just be that typical management practice that once you admit fault, you admit liability. And if you don't admit fault or apologise, then you are not acknowledging liability. It might be, I don't know, but it might be as simple as that.